So today I'm going to be reviewing the Rimmel Match Perfection foundation. This is like the latest drugstore foundation which I've added to my arsenal, and I want to talk about how I felt about it, and I've been using it for some time now, and let's see how did it work for me. So the Rimmel Match Perfection foundation is a drugstore brand. The packaging is glass bottle with a cap, and I'm happy that it comes with a pump. Especially with drugstore foundation, I really look for a pump because, you know, when it's drugstore, you really think that you want to use the foundation like every day. Pump comes like really handy, especially for foundation. I don't want to mess up my whole area when I'm getting ready. It has to be like really fast in and out with the foundation. The foundation retails for Singapore dollar 17.90. If there's a discount, you can check out if there is a discount going on. It's available in Watson and Guardian and FairPrice, I think. This foundation comes with a lot of claims. They say that it is pore minimizing, hydrating, full coverage, long lasting, and it has vitamin E and SPF 20. It also says that it comes with a natural skin-like finish. I'm going to be testing all these points one at a time and see how it works for me and what are the claims. Are they really true or like just a marketing gimmick? Okay, so I've already done my face. I've done all my makeup, like the usual makeup that I do for a day-to-day basis. And if you're interested in watching this, you know, how I did my look, head over to my Instagram, especially because I've done a bushy eyebrows using soap. I know it's weird, but it's really cool. You must see that video. It's on my Instagram. I'm going to put the link in the description box below, so head over there and see how I did my look and my eyebrows. Oh, speaking of Instagram, I also did a video recently which talks about how I increased my followers from 0 to 11,000 in a very short period of time. It covers all the strategies that I took to like boost up my engagement rate on Instagram and like have more followers every day, you know, like a good community on Instagram. If you're interested in that video, just click a link here on my screen and you can go ahead and watch that video. Okay, talking about the hydration, I already used this foundation a couple of times before I did this video. I also wore this foundation just yesterday without any other product, no primer, no setting spray or no setting powder, just the foundation itself to see how it worked on my skin and, you know, to like give a unbiased proper review of all the points. So for the first point, hydration, I can totally agree this is a hydrating foundation. Having said that, I must also want to mention here that my skin is very oily and I get a little scared of hydrating foundation. Having said it, I can assure you that after wearing for 7 to 8 hours this foundation without any primer, without any setting powder, this foundation performed really well on my skin. I had a little bit of oily patches on my face, as you can see in the video, but it was expected because I normally get very oily on my T-zone. But for 7 hours, it really stood strong on my skin. For people who are wondering, this foundation is also a very close dupe of NARS Sheer Glow foundation. Again, that is also a glow foundation. It gives a nice sheen on your cheeks even without using a highlighter. It just gives a nice shine without looking too matte on your skin. The second point is the pore minimizing. Now, my major skin issues are pores and oily skin. So apart from the oily T-zone, I also look for foundation which can really like reduce or smoothen out my pores so it looks like a plain canvas on my skin. This foundation really did very well in that. It did kind of reduce the appearance of my pores without using any primer or, you know, setting spray or a powder. I was quite impressed because I wasn't expecting that, you know, being a hydrating foundation and a pore minimizing foundation kind of like I couldn't understand that. But if you are one of those people who has like oil issue on your skin and also looking for something which is for minimizing, this is a very good option for you. Okay, long wearing. It did last me for a very long time. It stayed on my skin throughout the day, and Singapore's weather is very humid and hot, and considering all that, it did stay on my skin for a very long time. But after 7 to 8 hours, I started seeing like it faded away from around my cheeks, also because I don't load up on a lot of foundation, so I was kind of expecting that. The next point is full coverage. This foundation, I would say, is medium coverage. It did not like cover completely. It wasn't like a full coverage for me. Again, also because I use very little product on my skin, especially the foundation. I like to look natural instead of looking cakey. I would say this foundation is medium coverage, medium to full coverage. You can build it up if you prefer that. For me, it was just perfect, a day-to-day kind of a foundation. Okay, apart from all these things, it also says that it has vitamin E and SPF 20. Now, when a foundation says that they have SPF in it, two things comes in my mind. First is it is for daily use, like you can wear it and go about your work. Second is flash. I get a little skeptical about flash photography, especially when wearing at night. Sometimes foundations with SPF in it can like show off like a white cast on the skin and can come out like powdery in a flash pictures. Surprisingly, this did not happen with this foundation. I have a few pictures that I took during the flash, like taking a flash selfie. I will put it somewhere here. So these were the claims. Now I want to talk about my other experiences that I sometimes look for when I'm like considering a foundation. The fragrance of this foundation is kind of floral. I don't prefer having fragrance in my cosmetics, but if it is there, I don't mind it. Although a clinically, chemically kind of smelling foundation kind of puts me off. So on that end, it did okay. It didn't bunch up around my nose. I had no creasing, even though I wasn't wearing any setting powder or primer. I was quite surprised by that. So no cracking, no bunching up around my nose. Okay, so overall I can safely say that this is a very good product that Rimmel has come out with. I wasn't very happy with the previous foundations that Rimmel came out with, but this was, you know, most of the Rimmel foundations were very oily for my taste, but this did pretty well on my skin, and I can safely say that this is like a day-to-day, daily wear kind of a foundation if you're looking for a quick makeup. What I liked about this foundation the most was it is pore minimizing, which is my number one concern. And also it gives me a glow, which is like a win-win, because normally if it is a pore minimizing foundation, it will be a drying matte finish foundation, which really like sucks up all the moisture and makes my face look very unnatural and sometimes very plastic kind, which is not my preference. So I load up a lot on moisturizers to like look healthy and glowy, but this foundation looks natural. Yeah, so that is it. That is all about the review from my side. Oh, by the way, I'm in the shade 400 natural beige, if you're wondering. So yeah, that's my review on this foundation. If you have any other, or if you disagree with me on any point, I would be very happy to see or to know your thoughts in the comments below. So that's it about the video. I will see you next time in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.